Let's make our model. We're going to change it so we can specify which location we want to receive the weather for. Because as you remember, let's close the views here. Our current model is hard-coded to a specific city. And in my case, it's my current location. So if I close these panels here, so we have some extra space, you can see this hard-coded URL here for us. What we want to do is to make this URL dynamic, so we can provide to our getCurrentWeather some kind of information about the city that we want to get the weather for, and it will automatically set our URL. So let's see how we are going to do this, because we are going to provide not only the city name, but also the country of our current location, because there are different countries that have same name cities in them. So if you just name the city, it will not get you the correct weather information. So we need some kind of class or struct that will hold this information for us, and we're gonna create a struct. But before I go any further, I want to make my folder structure here a bit more clean. So I'm going to select my extension, right click, create new group from selection. I'm going to call this extension, and for let's see what we have here. For my weather info, I'm going to select this and create new group from selection, and this one I'm going to call model helpers. And let's move our extension down, because this is not very commonly used. Also our model will go under our views, and I'm gonna move my global helpers. Let's just create another folder for this one, new group from selection, and this is gonna be helpers, and I will move this one under my extensions as well. Okay. Let's open the model helpers. We have already our weather info struct here. I'm going to create a new file, which is going to be a Swift file. Click next, and this one I'm going to call weather location. Click create, and we have our function ready for us. So we are going to create a struct. Let's do this. And the name is going to be weather location. And we're going to have four variables here. Var city, which will be our city name, is going to be a string and it's not an optional. Var country, so we have our country as well, which is a string and it's not an optional. Then we want to have var country code, because we want to make sure that we're getting the correct information about our weather here. And finally, I'm going to have a is current location, and this is going to be type of Boolean. So we want to store if the current weather location that we are searching for is our current location, or it's just a city that we have searched and we want to get the weather for it. So that's why we're adding is current location to our weather struct. So our weather struct is ready. So now we can go to our model, and I'm going to start from my current weather model, and we can modify our get current weather function here by adding another property to it. So let's add a location, and this is going to be of a type weather location. Doesn't show us yet, but if I command P to build again, so it's our weather location, and we just put comma so that our completion will still work. So let's see how we are going to use this location. Whenever we have weather location, instead of having this here we are going to modify this and we are going to make it dynamic. So let's put some extra lines here. I'm going to have an if statement. So I say if, and then we access our location here. And I want to see if this is for a current location or it's just a city that we want to search the weather for. So we access our location dot is current location, and I will put an exclamatory mark here. So we check if this is not the correct location. So it means that we are searching for a specific city. So in this case, I'm going to convert this to a variable so we can dynamically change the value of it. I'm going to say that my location API URL is equals, and we are going to create a string with a format so we can dynamically put our information into our URL. So my string is gonna be exactly the string I have here. So let me copy it, put it here. Instead of the name of the city, which in my case is Nicosia, I'm going to put a percentage at sign, which will be replaced by an argument that we are going to put here. And then for the country code, I'm going to put again percentage at sign. And again, this will be replaced by the second argument. And let's see how this works. My argument is going to be my actually I have the wrong string here, so it's not the format. This is what we need, the format and the argument. So let me get rid of this. And this will be our string with our format, and our arguments will be our location. And the first thing is gonna be replacing the first argument. We need to put our city here. So how it works, it will go through our compiler, will go through our string here, and once it reaches the first placeholder, which is this one, then it will jump here and get the first argument and put it in the first placeholder. Then it reaches the second argument, it will jump here, get the argument and put the second placeholder. So the first is going to be our location.city, comma, then location.country code. Okay, so the first argument will be replaced, placeholder will be replaced with the first argument, and second placeholder will be replaced with the second argument, which is from our weather location. Then else, if we are searching for a current location, which is gonna be a GPS coordinate, so we don't want to do anything with our URL, we are going to create a separate file for this. For now, I'm going to put this equals to empty string, and let's just get rid of this and specify that this is a string and it's not an optional. Okay,